Kuma Clan, Kuma Clan. Just checking in with you guys. Keeping you updated today. Gonna get into a couple things. Touch on the specs, look into the market, think it's Kuma's, look at the market sentiment, see where everybody's minds and thoughts is at. If you're here for the first time, please hit the like button, hit your subscribe button, turn on all your notifications, comment Kuma Clan. Okay? So let's get into this, guys. Okay? Right now, the Kumas are down 4.4% for the day. As you can see, this is our trading volume. Okay. Hmm. Trading volume for the day, which is down very much. We are down on our market cap because we were at 71 million at an all-time high, which occurred 2 weeks ago officially. So, I'm looking at where we're at now after that major run up 2 weeks ago. We found, to me, consolidation within the range of 20 to 30. So that's pretty cool. But the great news I have on Kuma, I'm going to get into. But let's take a look into the market itself in general. So when we do look at the aspect of where we're at and then the good news that I see, that we can, be more comfortable, feel more adamant about our positions as Kumas, diamond hands, crushing the paper, dispersing it into the ocean, letting it float away. We are the Kumas. Okay? So we're gonna start, just gonna go around the market and, just get an overall view of, the players within our spec. I believe it's in our reach at least, meaning our just because you got these coins, you got these meme coins, you got, and the category we're in, and I believe the growth, the development, the new players we have as developers, we're a great rising project, which I'm going to go into that also. Kumas. Okay? So Shiba Inu is up 17.1% for the day. And it's only down 2.2% from its all-time high, which occurred of October 26, which is also today. Okay, Kumas. So, this coin right here is listed on many sites. I think this is like, I do know about the Shiba, of course. And Robinhood is the last step for this type of project, not the last, but the one of the great steps that will also add to its long list of accomplishments. So, that being said, by it running up like this, it has the eyes of everybody, the attention of everybody. Your quick investors, your day traders, they want to get into it. They want to profit on the market. They want to get in. They want to get their little funds. They want to grease their palms. It's part of the game. So when you have this great run up like that, I can see exactly why the market is responsive the way it is as far as Bitcoin being down 3.6%. Okay, it's 6 days away from its all-time high. Okay, listed right here, which is down 9.2%. Sorry about that. And it's pretty cool though. So it's maintaining. Because I like when the coins hits its all-time high, I'm always expecting a great sell-off. The great sell-off. So that's why there's always a pullback after a big run-up. People want to take their profits. So when I see it sell off, I always want to caution myself, especially if you're a buyer. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. Just give me thoughts, ideas, opinions, things I get from the big Kuma. Please do your due diligence and research. Due diligence and research before entering any of the crypto space. So these coins, when they run up, these people sell off. But I look when you enter a space, for example, like Shiba, it's called you're chasing, and that's where I always avoid before I don't enter any space when it's at its peak. That's just me. Like I said, I'm a second guesser of nature. Because if I'm looking at any chart, that's not really just common sense to me. Okay, because the chart I've never seen anything maintain its peak and just sit there. This is not the laws of nature. What goes up must come down, and it just happens that way, even with stocks. So when you have a big run up, you're going to have a sell off. It doesn't run up and just sit where it ran up at. Like, oh, I'm just going to sit at my all time high after this great run up for like 3 days after that. That's not how it goes. It always pulls back. After the run, once it stops running, it's going to pull back. That's just life, whatever. People will sit back and wait for, just wait for more excitement. But, the longer they wait, the temptation grows. Idle mind is the devil's playground. The temptation is hitting them, and the sell off occurs. So, whether it's little or great, that is responsive to the people. Do they believe it's going to hold its price? Is it going to continue to move? How much do they love the project? What's going on in their personal life? Many factors. But this is, I'm looking at this chart. Like, say if I was not, which I am not in Shiba Inu, I definitely would not ever get in at this point right here. That's just, that's to come in and then your portfolio sitting at 40% days later or third. You're just coming in the red. And who wants to come in the red? It looks like it's up, but it's reversed. Because at these periods with these run-ups, any pullbacks, even right here, for example, is still good. Say it pulls back to right here and consolidates, you still, that's good for a stock, actually. For it to have this great run-up and just stop here, around the 39 and just hit consolidation for a couple weeks and then, just keep its growth. That'd be great for investors. That'd build great confidence. But that'd be great for the stock market in general. That'd be a great move after such a great run up to, to find consolidation at such a great point in my eyes. But if I enter here, at this pick right here, even though that's great consolidation, that's not great consolidation for the guys that decided to jump on the top of the wave. Now you coming in immediately in the red, So it's just not great for confidence. And, I think that's a bad emotion for people. That's what really turns people off when they enter these spaces and they get caught looking at, it's just the visuals of looking at it in the red. But of course, as some of the greatest investors ever said, if you can't look at your portfolio at 50% in stocks and the market is really not for you, you don't have the guts, huh? You don't want to have the calzone, Kuma. You got to stand stern sometimes. So that's what, that comes a part of the market, So that's pretty cool though. But, Shiba Inu currently has the market. Dogecoin is down 2.2%. I stated I wasn't going to make no analysis on the Dogecoin. I am not a hater of the Dogecoin. Great coin. It's went through some things, believe it or not. That's what I believe, It's went through some things. But the good thing about it, I'm looking at it like this, though. That's just the weird thing that I've actually realized. This whole, you can look at it at the 24 hours, you can look at it at the 7 days, the 14. And if you ask me, when you hit the 30, so then the 90, and you realize what's up here, shot down here, and I'm still seeing it swing up here, it's a little arm right there, and then you look at the overall. So I'm looking at it like this. Even Doge went through Doge went through a very big image crisis, publicity problems, public relation nightmare. With that whole, when it got its first media rise and it went through the SNL thing, that just was bad for it. So I believe after this long period, though, here, it's going to sit there. People still love and trust the project. It's a great project. It's went through as far as investor-wise, it's like, people, that would still make people upset, no matter how good the brand is, So you have to recover from that. It needed to grow from that. People didn't talk about, it's just recovery stage. But I always look at charts like if I was an investor. Once again, I'm not offering any financial advice. Nor do I give financial advice. Just give you thoughts, ideas, affirmations, things I receive from the Kumas. Keep you up to date on, type of plays I might make, type of specs I'm into, things of that nature. And if you're here for the first time, please hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment Kuma Klan Diamond Hands. All right. So if I was in when I can't say if I was when I'm always into crypto spaces. Like say if I wasn't so much on to I'm only a Kuma Clan member, but when I do step out of spaces, because I've always have, because once again it's like, okay, we do love, you grow that bond for a certain project, but it's like, this is business, so it's like if you know that you can foresee something and be like, you know what, this thing is going on the rise, or this, let me put a little bit of my eggs in this basket, because you're not supposed to put all your eggs in one basket, Kumas. So you got to keep yourself balanced, with your portfolio, things of that nature. And that's not always to me, but if you're talking about making a long-term investment, then of course, to me, your portfolio doesn't have to be drastically big. It can be very small. It can be 1 to 2, because you're a long term. You're not worrying about the day by day action. You're just compound saving within to that portfolio or something. So you can develop an algorithm with that long term, which is a secure algorithm. It's not like this freaking coin's just gonna go out of business. So if you invest into one crypto and you're just really compound saving after that, meaning using only 80% of your resource, not 80, pardon self, 10 to 15% of your resources to compound savings of that, then it's something you're not going to really affect your way of life, and it's over a long-term period. Then it's like you have less and hold less risk because you're not worrying about the day-by-day activity. But if you're going through the year trying to generate revenue, which I can't even say trying to, because most people always do, with a broad mind, and just being susceptible to plays, ideas, things you may get from the Kumas. You can see how these things move, you know, and it's really kind of common sense in a way, which is not really common. But when you're looking at such new technologies and new things of this nature, we're looking at the beginning of all of this. So I don't look at it like this was going on for 10 years and then it crashed. Oh, this was going on for 10 years. This is why these cryptos to me fluctuate like this. People are like, yeah, crypto market is very volatile. And I'll be looking at like any new thing on any stock is very volatile. Some stocks come in, immediate share price $30 and shoot down, and people lose money immediately just jumping in. So things happen, but because they're new, especially new markets that get listed, and you look at the markets when they first get listed, a couple of weeks, you could see how they get crazy. I've seen a Playboy stock when that thing was out. That thing just shot all the way up and then shot back down. So but it also just got listed. I believe it was this year or maybe last year. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it wasn't around too long. But for the people who jumped into that Playboy stock when it shot up, I believe it was it $45, $60, something like that, and around that way. But it started at 12. It was people got in at 10. So certain eras where it was like you definitely, areas you definitely like, for extra money, whatever. But it's a new stock, so it's shooting down. Still, to me, shouldn't surprise investors also, because with anything new, it's still settling. Volatility. You build a building, it must settle. You cook food, it tastes better when you just let it sit for 10 minutes before you eat it. Let the temperature drop. Don't overwhelm your taste buds with heat. You can't fully taste the flavor to the food. Kumas, take your time. So when you go through these things, that's just cycles. So when I look at Dogecoin, for example, now this thing has been around for a while. But what's going on with such a project, it took a while for it to take traction. But when it did, it's here. Some people bloom early, some people bloom late, but a bloom is still a bloom. So, with that going up here, this is the belief, this is the growth, which actually occurred immediately, which was this year. So this peak of this to me is like, even though it was here and that took so long, 2014, like come on guys, it's a long time ago, and for the project to take traction, once it takes traction, it's in pure growth stages after that. People have seen, because the people that have seen this activity, it's crypto. It's a community driven thing. Doge is in many places. AMC, you know, got a lot of people that went in on this spec right here, this project, this new thing, this Doge. You know, even though it's been around, we did not know about it. So what's old to them is all new to us. So to the majority of this growth is all new people. So no matter how long this occurred, yes, it did exist to these people here. Because when they seen it, it went to the moon. Okay, so that's what happens. So it's in the spotlight. So it's going to stay in that spotlight because more people are adapting. This is new technologies that's fighting to sit at that chair. And once they sit there, they're going to sit there. That's how I look at these things. These technologies are going to find positions and they're going to sit there. That's why you see these ranking charts. Market cap rank 9. Okay? Market cap rank 821. Okay? Market cap rank 1. When you see these ranks, this is what things, that's why I say common sense, you know, when you see these ranks, right, people just go into, you know, you go into your analysis, you do this, you do your little price predictions, and, you know, they just really just shove us around for real. They don't care about the little Kumas, the little guys. Because we want to overdo our due diligence because we don't got Kuma to lose. We not trying to lose the smoolah. So what's going on with that is we need to look at these ranks as, imagine coins that's ranked 2000. These are the projects that are, it's like a test in a way, you know. And these are the projects when they say it's in a bubble. When I look at a bubble, yes, a bubble pops. But if you look at the pop, if you look in the middle, there's always a little residue there left, you know. So if we are in a crypto bubble, which I look at anything or any new technology goes through a bubble because everybody wants to join it. You know, and only a couple will maintain or, you know, maintain time or keep past it like the dot-com bubbles. And, you know, you have to go through it. It's a test. It's life. It's growth. You know, when things grow, things fall off. You know, growth is about change. Growth is not often always pleasant. Sometimes it's rough and rugged, you know. So as this project grows, in my eyes, this is just the beginning for these projects. We got to look at how long Bitcoin has been around, things of that nature. So this is the beginning for a lot of these projects. And you want to keep your eyes on market cap, rank, of course market cap, but the rank is very important because we're talking 10 years. You know, especially if you're planning on this, you know, crypto has become a part of your life now. The way credit cards became a part of your life. Banks came a part of your life. At one point, I don't know if you remember the big Nokia phones that had beep, 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 you know, with the loud rubber buttons and the long antenna that was retractable, you know. So these things change. And then now you got iPhones coming a part of your life. Galaxies come a part of your life. These things change over time, you know. Some things become permanent, some things become just a trend, a fashion trend. It goes and it comes. At one point, these little kids was running around with 100 little fidget spinners, little spinning things, and you don't see them around no more. But when they were out, it was a rush. Tickle Me Elmo was a rush when these dolls first came out, you know. So you go through these phases and trends, social trends of humanity. So I'm looking at crypto as not a trend, because the things that go beyond trend becomes in a way part of our daily life, our daily routine. Cell phones is part of our life. Most people in this world got a cell phone. You know, cars, part of life. Clothes, part of life. You know, things that's gonna stick with you. Your credit cards, part of life. Your bank, part of life. Your checks you write, part of life. The gas you put in your car. You know, these things in life you're gonna look like, all right, this is always gonna be around in my life. You know, you can run into a little video game and you might play that and just get bored, and you might watch it and play with it and you forget about it and never see it again. You might run into, you see an episode of TV that you might like, you know, catch a little liking onto it, and eventually you never see it again, you know. Things of that nature. There's trends. These are the trends. We got to separate what's trending and what's permanent. And I don't see cryptocurrencies as anything that's trending. You see, that's the crazy thing, Kumas. We must never forget the blockchain. So, as far as Doge, it's a new thing. It's, you know, it went through its one little, you know, that's bubbles, but that's the knockoffs. That's actually a good thing in a way. I thought about it deeply, and I was like, wow, even though that went on, and that, you know, shook investors up. Now that took away that power. So you can never influence people. So when this grows up here, this is going to grow on the back of full decentralization, you know, the people, and it's going to be great, you know. Y'all can see this thing, this right here is like a, you know, fire sale, honestly. And once it goes up, it's going to stay up. You know, it's going to stay up. It is what it is. It's life. It is life. You see this? It went down. This is going to stay up because these people thought they lost faith. Second time is going to charm them. Nobody wants to miss out. You know, nobody wants to miss out. You got to look at the greed index. People are battling for that position. This technology is rapidly spreading. There's so many people that's not even into crypto that I know about that are slowly catching on. I'm gonna look into it. So it's just spreading. It's just like this technology is just hitting popularity, just getting talked about this year. You know, this crypto is at its highest peak right now as far as like spreading. It's like a rap. It's like a snowball going down the mountain, getting bigger and bigger. You know, so eventually you probably can be able to go in a store and just, or you can pay for things. You know, dominoes, you can crypto. It's like to me, it's another form of payment. Most people fear crypto, like, oh, is it gonna, you know, is it trying to outpay? Everybody's always trying to put things in competition. You think of crypto, you think the dollar's crashing. Nobody's ever gonna use cash again. That makes no sense. Cash gives you a feeling. Cash will always be king. It's a feeling. People like to touch. So that's what people always, you see, people on instinct, and if you listen to our last video, and once again, if you're here for the first time, please hit that like button, notification bells, comment Kuma Klan Diamond Hand, and make sure you are subscribed because we are growing rapidly within the crypto space. You know, so that's the types of things that you will deal with. You know, growth, very good growth. We got very good growth from shiba inu. You know, fighting for that space. Things are going great. Now, the good thing I want to talk about with as far as the Kuma, right? We're going to talk about the Kuma because we love the Kuma. And now we're down 3.5%. All right, this is what I'm looking at, like, right? After our run up, you got the run up, you got the drop off, you got the consolidation period, and this consolidation zone to me right here. It's like the zone panning out, and maybe it'll get smaller as it goes along, and we'll find a more sturdier 3 to 6 point range between that. You know, so that's pretty cool because this is just so recent, guys. You know, this is a recent one right here, so we're actually doing great, very great. But the greatest thing is this: as we're sitting in this, think about this. We're basically sitting in like a range of consolidation. Let's say that, right? Let's say a range of consolidation. Now, we're looking at this little, you know, these two lines here, the line from the 20 to the 30. You know, if we look at the chart in general, you know, we want to get the full, you know, this is brand new. We just went through this. Okay, we just came on the scene swinging with every punch we had to survive. You know, so we look at it and we go through, we just went from the max to, you know, we see the range of consolidation panning out here, okay? But you see this 2 mark right here just cuts right through the middle, bang, and it's just still holding, you know? So it should find, I'm not gonna say, you see most people like, yo, you know, I'm glad you're right, but, you know, you still have the option to keep, you know, get pulled down and you can drop down if it wasn't, you know, if it doesn't hold, they will go back to this, and yeah. But I'm looking at it with us being so new, right? I don't see, and our trading volume, right? We're a tight knit community of Kuma Klan diamond hand holders. Many people are holding on this project. The sell-off, the run, you know, people got infatuated. They got to, you know, got this little background, you know, people's friends. Oh my God, look, you know, it might not have spread. Our run-up might not have went to the front page of the crypto space, but it went amongst enough people for people to still spread the word verbally. Word of mouth is very powerful and still very much active. And you had your profiteers and people that was not Kuma Klan members, not official diamond hand holders. Once again, if you're here for the first time, hit that like button, subscribe button. Subscribe, and comment Kuma Klan diamond hands. Right? So these people, they got their profits, whatever. But I believe people took profits, and I believe the whale that caused all of this, because this was the guy that really, influenced a lot of this. This 1, 2, 3 account. When this occurred. When I said that was a good thing, because it's always good to have a whale splash through that shows you your first sign of bigger interest. Especially as a brand new project like that. So that's pretty cool. But the growth comes in when we look here, though. We are consistently gaining here. Since 20,000, So we were at 14. We spoke about this other day, we're at 19. So we're just continuing to grow and grow and grow. And I had that sitting there, you see, 20, and then you got the 923. So look at this. Let's see if it's still going to be there. You see? You see? You see? Right on the screen as you're watching, Kumas. I've been tracking that. Do you understand what just happened? Did you see? You see, I try to keep y'all updated sometimes with real time so y'all can see what I see. And see, I'm not, I do due diligence and proper research. That's why I gave y'all a couple specs of Bitcoin and Doge, because I actually did it 3 times already. I do it throughout the day sometimes. To see it's the growth, our algorithm growth. So we're actually spreading. You see, as we're sitting in consolidation, you see, this is what these guys will do. They'll come through and tell you about the charts. Yeah, the like button, the subscribe button. Yeah, dude. They just try to give you the most slick talking. In New York City, we call them slick talkers. Want to come through with your corporate suit and give us 30 big words and, get us to sign a deed over for our house at 80% loss. You want to outsmart us for our life. You want to just give us all this information because you just want to get your little views and stuff. I realized that about the crypto space, and when I used to sit back and listen, because I love these guys. But I feel like I'm going to vengeance on them proud on some of these guys. I don't really know Kumas. I'm just being a Kuma. But because these guys, they just come through and it's so shallow though. It's no real love for the project. If you really look at it, they just cover so many projects that's, they hear in the morning, they wake up, the project shoots up to 100% and they just cover it. Yeah, this is a good project. I'm seeing it. If it covers the ball range, guys, I'm saying, do your own due diligence and proper research, but, just, it's not my thoughts, I'm just go to plays and you're thinking in my mind like, damn, should I do that play too? Is he really, I know it's not no research, he's saying he's not a financial advisor, but, it's kind of like, is he smart? Is he educated? Should I? And then we get lost because if you clock these guys' algorithm and what they're talking about, you realize like, wow, this really is no loyalty. Or they're just trying to throw another crypto project under the bus and ignore its rise, basically. Like you see, I'm a Kuma. I say, Kuma Klan. We're always Kuma Klan members. But I did bring up, Shiba Inu is on the rise. Because what type of, I'm not offering financial advice, price speculations. I'm not, my price predictions, my thoughts, my ideas, and I'm just going to truthfully do them. Because if I don't truthfully do them, it's like if a coin skyrockets, right, 200%, right, and I purposely don't say nothing, it's going to be purposely. We just talked about that when our project skyrocketed, because we Kuma Klan diamond hand holders and true members. So when our project just skyrocketed, I said, why is everybody ignoring that? It's a purpose media blackout, because that's what people do. So if I'm a conscious individual, I'm a human being, I make mistakes, I could make an error, and we go through these things, but we're conscious, we do see ourselves as intelligent, we can be goofy, we can joke around, we can go through human emotions, we can get excited, we can say something dumb, we can say something smart, we're humans, we go through many transitions of life. Because we are emotional creatures. That's another thing. People talk about our intelligence, but they always ignore that we also possess one other thing. You know, that emotional understanding. Yes, it can be dark. Yes, it can be light, but we understand emotions. You know, so there's no way as a conscious individual that I can say, oh, you know, I'm not going to mention the obvious, you know, because that does affect our coin. You know, I've sat there on some of these channels, right, and I'll be like, yeah, you know, I'm watching, you know, it's years ago. Just, you know, just because it gives you, I know, yo, I'm not offering no financial advice, but it just still makes you feel a little confident somebody's thinking the way you're thinking. Especially if you hear a channel and they're thinking in your direction, like, oh, wow, he's doing the same thing I'm thinking. So maybe I'm making a great thought. You know, that's just how you like to look at it. It's entertainment, you know, it's fun. So, and it's affirmations, it's you know, reinforcement. You know, it's positive reinforcement at times, you know. So that with that, I've been seeing that and here, you know, I know a coin is going to the moon, and you know, a person to talk around it. Like, yeah, you know, I can mention nothing else though, but you know, I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Why would you be judged? This is a crypto space. It's space for everything to grow. People are going to choose what they want to choose. You can't try to suppress a coin. That's corny, especially as a YouTube influencer. Like, come on, guy, grow up. You know, it is not that serious. You know, so we have to go over the market to get an idea of the sentiment because most people that's in one project, they're into multiple projects. So yes, we have Kuma Clan members that's diamond hand, but that doesn't mean just because you diamond hands that's your diamond handed Kuma on your whole portfolio. No, or you may diamond on your own portfolio and you know break it down to 20%. Break it. It's up to you. You know, but most people have multiple projects in their portfolio at times. Some people feel comfortable like that. So you're gonna have a little bit. You're gonna have your professionals. You're gonna have your die-hard fans. Like I only want to hold this. You know, you got people like that. You can't. You can get. You're not nobody's anybody's financial advisor if you ask me, because you make your own decision after doing your own due diligence as a wise like-minded individual after a certain age. It's common sense. And some people try to ignore the common sense and play dodo bird. Like, oh, I didn't know. Like, come on, guy. Like, come on, are you serious? You know. So you should always do your own due diligence and research, and nobody can be your financial advisor in life if you're conscious, if you're awake, and you're like, okay, you can give me an opinion, but I'm going. You know, you got to make your own decision because you can see things from a different view. You know? And people would suppress other things. Some people don't decide off of common sense, they decide off emotions. Emotions create compulsion. Okay? So that's what goes on with these styles, compulsion. So once you see people that are jealous individuals, this is not business. This is not the type of business I'm here for. Yes, we Kuma Clan members, but if I say I had a price analysis or a price prediction and I knew say it was around this time, yeah, guys, you know, I got a great price prediction. This is going to the moon, and I purposely not tell my Kuma Clan members who may have little Kumas to feed. You know, not saying I'm a financial advisor, but if I'm giving thoughts on the type of plays and stuff I'm into, you know, thoughts, ideas, opinions, and I have a thought knowing that this is going to the moon on around this time, right? Say it's the Monday, the 27th. You know, currently, what's today right now? You know, Tuesday the 26th. I mean, Sunday the 19th. Say it's Sunday the 19th, right? Now it's the 26th. I had this thought that day, but I don't say nothing because I'm a Kuma Clan member, but I still have the thought to myself and I go invest behind the scene myself. But I'm on YouTube. Yeah, Kuma Clan. You know, that's kind of, you know, even though there's nothing wrong with that, that's kind of fake in a way. Because people still hear the Kuma and they believe in the Kuma. And people are still in other plays also sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So for me to watch a project consolidate while other people, you know, switch their funds around, because you got people that's wave riders. You got to look at a lot of these people are not loyal to any crypto. Is what I'm trying to, you know. It's like it's not like the stuff is real. They're loyal to the money. They don't care what is going on. They want to jump. Oh, this project's gonna rise. Oh, really? You know, they're looking for that next wave. They're just out here sitting on the, you know, they're that old professional surfers sitting on the beach coast or the beach line, the shoreline, and just, you know, watching. They don't want the little splash. They want the big wave. I want the tsunami. I want to have the biggest adrenaline rush, Kuma. I want my heart beating. You know, thrill seekers. So that's what occurs with that. So, you know, so, but the great thing with Kuma is like, you know, our holders are consistently rising. It's been going on for days. You know, you're watching it to make sure it's consistent, but it's not. You say 29, 31. It goes up 1, shoots up 10, 15 more people. It's just nonstop. So we're looking at time here. Because we're looking at our first bull run occurred around 14,000 holders. Okay? So the longer the consolidation, the longer the waits, the explosion, trading volume, 20 million, 30 million, market cap, 80 million, 80 plus million. You know, so that is the future of what is going on with this, guys. Because word is spreading. And growth and socialism is kind of like a disease in the word. It touches one, then one goes to two, two touch four, four touch eight, eight takes touch 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64, and it just rolls and trickles. It's a compound growth. So we're looking at if 20,000 people are winning, and one next to the next bull run, 20,000, about to be, let's say 21,000. They're going, that's 21,000 people of excitement. Oh my gosh, yeah. In their houses, running around their neighbors. Oh my gosh, I just made this money on Kuma's going crazy. So it's spreading. So every run and every good revelation is going to continue to grow the Kumas. So the Kumas is developing. It's spreading. 3,000 more followers up. Okay? So the growth is occurring, which is the structure, the foundation. Yeah, we can have our bull runs. It's, we didn't have that many people with this when the bull run occurred. But honestly, our bull run is great to us because of the percentage. But guys, with this type of, market cap, the volume, and the market cap here, and trading volume, it's like we have to be realistic with ourselves. Okay. $128 million market cap. We have to be realistic ourselves and just look at these coins with these market cap. So our bull run is always gonna be dangerous. Our first bull run is gonna be just ridiculous, guys. Our first bull run is gonna be that of the Shiba Inu, that of the Dogecoin bull run. So we're gonna have that dramatic swing up eventually, because as long as this consolidation period bounces between the 20 and the 30, and that's just people, it could be people coming in the specs, taking profits, sitting in there. But as long as this keeps going up and up, it's the bigger the explosion of the next swing to glory. Glory. Kuma. That is the main focus. The holders. The expansion of our community. And once again, if you're here for the first time, please hit that like button, subscribe button, comment Kuma Klan Diamond Hands, and turn on all your notifications. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any financial advice. No, I do not. Kuma, hire a accountant or something. Move on. So that's what it's about. So we're actually doing great. I'm not going to keep y'all too long on that one. Once again, Kuma's Diamond Hands, Kuma Klan. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment, Kuma Klan. So that's all we're going to do for today, folks. Okay? We're doing great. We're doing great, people. We're doing great. Yes, we're doing great. Leave on SHIB. Oh, yeah. 18.2%. SHIB is on a run. I have to mention that before we leave. Just the Kumas, we are not haters. We spread joy, peace, and love all through the globe. Fully decentralized financial communications. We are a global community, my Kumas. Okay? So, it's on a run. It's on a run. It's on a run. It's on a freaking run. Oh, yeah. 49.50. All-time high 49.50 is very low. Under that's gonna break its all-time high. Honestly, this was a great project. Great project. So that's going to continue to grow, and the whole space as a whole of crypto is going to continue to grow. Honestly, it's going to ping pong around. You're going to ping pong around right now. When you see the Kuma going to run, you're going to see Doge going to go on a run eventually. Just Bitcoin just went on a run. Now you see SHIB. Doge will go on a run. I will predict that. Once again, I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any financial advice. Just giving out the affirmations and things I received from the big Kuma, along with my common sense and my own due diligence from hours of research. Okay? So, that being said, we're done here. 9:31, 29:31. We're signing off with the Kumas. We just grew 5 more. Okay? You understand? Do you understand the Kuma? Do you truly understand the power of the Kuma? You better. Because we are not to be played with. We are growing rapidly, slowly. The turtle and the hare. We are creeping this next market, this bull run, this rocket to the moon, the rocket to the moon. The rocket. It's gonna be crazy, guys. It's gonna be crazy. You thought I said it last time on the first video. If you go to my first video, I predicted the first one. I'm saying, honestly, and I'm going to stand on this one, 95% is going to be drastic. Because these guys here, they're not playing with us, guys. One person leaves, one person comes back. But these guys here, they're not playing with us, guys. It's just a spec. We're going to grow. We keep growing. We're not stopping. All right? So with that being said, everybody have a great night. Enjoy yourself. Kuma Klan signing off.